So, dear students, good morning and welcome to the class of VLSI System Design Theory course. So, in last two lectures, we have introduced this course and also we started basics of mass transistor theory. In this class also we will be continuing the same mass transistor theory. We will uh, look into more deeper how the mass transistor operates, and also we will try to explain how the long channel transistor has IV characteristics equations, how we can derive, how it operates when channel is long. Obviously, if a short channel becomes, then some changes may be there, but this is first hand calculation for long channel MOSFET, how the current IV characteristics can be calculated, that will be introduced, and short channel effect, body effect, and other non-idealities that will be also discussed in later part, but not today. So let us move forward in the same direction, operation of MOSFETs and theory of MOSFETs. Previous things already covered. This mass capacitor, how in accumulation mode and how in inversion mode, that we have already discussed, and depletion mode. Since the mass capacitor means positive and negative plates are in this case opposite direction plates are there, but it is also means thickness, dielectric thickness is same, so capacitance is similar. In accumulation mode also dielectric thickness is same, so capacitance is similar, but in depletion mode the thickness of dielectric was increasing due to the depletion region, and that we have already discussed. Mass transistor operation basics we have already discussed. NMOS we have discussed. Also we have discussed PMOS. In case of NMOS, here we have NMOS we have discussed. Also we have discussed PMOS. Like here PMOS also we have discussed. N-type substrate is taken, and if N-type substrate is taken, then P plus diffusion is created for source, P plus diffusion is created for drain, then oxide, then metal, and we bias gate in opposite direction. Previously for the NMOS, positive gate to source voltage was required. Here negative gate to source voltage is required. At a certain negative voltage channel formation starts. So initially when gate to here we can see gate to source voltage is negative, but here positive gate voltage is given. In this case accumulation happens, and a small positive gate voltage is given, but it is means compared 0 is greater than VGS and greater than VT. In this case depletion region is there, so depletion region is there, and no channel is formed. So we can see here whatever majority charge carriers initially they were accumulated when VGS was greater than 0, means positive, gate to source voltage was positive, but you have made it negative, but small negative, then there is some depletion region and electrons are going down. And if further more negative you are making, and magnitude of this gate to source voltage is more than the threshold voltage in negative direction, then what will happen, minority charge carrier will be accumulated underneath the oxide, and channel will be formed. So this is just opposite operation to that of NMOS that we have already seen. Also we have seen that depletion mode MOSFET have already some built-in layers that symbols are given that we have summarized last time. So this pictorial view of the same operation quickly we can recall, because whatever we discussed that can be summarized in very quick manner with pictorial view. So mass capacitor, as we have already seen, polysilicon gate, then silicon dioxide dielectric, and then P substrate, which is also acting as body. So when gate to source voltage, we have already explained that it was less than 0. In that case, what was happening? Many holes were accumulated underneath the oxide, and initially accumulation of holes was happening, which is this picture is showing accumulation operation in pictorial view. When you are applying negative voltage on the NMOS capacitor, here substrate is P type, then the channel formation is to be done after positive gate voltage, which will be N type. But initially, when negative voltage is applied at gate, there is no channel is there, accumulation of holes is there. So why it is accumulating? Because negative charges are present on the plate, which is polysilicon plate for the gate, and it will try to attract the holes. So too many holes are accumulated. It is accumulation operation, and obviously this body is grounded, and the negative bias was given. Initially slight positive bias is given, then quickly we can see if positive bias is given, then some positive charges are created on the this gate, and they will try to repel holes. So holes will be repelled out, and obviously electrons, they can attract electrons, but it requires certain voltage. Magnetic charge carrier will be coming here. When concentration gradient happens or concentration is decreased here, then some charges will be filling that, but it will require some certain threshold voltage, which depends on the dielectric thickness, also which depends on the means doping of this substrate and all, and conditions. So certain voltage is required. After that, the electrons will be accumulated here underneath the oxide. That condition is fulfilled here in third case. So here this depletes some here after the holes were depleted. Initially they were very close to the interface body and dielectric interface. Now they are away. So some depletion zone is created, and which is creating this dielectric thickness more, and capacitance was decreasing. Here in this case, when gate voltage, gate to source voltage is the more, or here in this case mass capacitor only gate voltage we can say. Gate voltage is more than the threshold voltage. What happens now? The accumulation of electrons from the body has some minority charge carriers, which is electron. They will be accumulated underneath the oxide, and in this way inversion region created. Inversion region created. Inversion region is where negatively charged electrons are present, but also some depletion region is also there, because holes are depleted. Holes are holes are suppressed. Holes are going down. So we can see means there is some depletion region, but after the channel. So anyway, the channel is providing some. If it is MOSFET, then here N plus source will be there, and right side N plus drain will be there. Then it will provide some conducting path between the source and drain. That will be seeing in this in this picture. As in the case of an MOSFET now, previously the picture was shown for the MOS capacitor, but now we are seeing the picture for the N channel MOSFET. We are trying to understand the operation. So N channel MOSFET is created through P type body or P type substrate initially taken, and N plus diffusion is done for source, N plus diffusion is done for drain, and there is some dielectric silicon dioxide. This strip is silicon dioxide, and on the top polysilicon gate is there. So when we are initially in the three cases, as in the case of MOS capacitor, we have given the bias, same conditions we are giving here. Gate to source voltage, if you are giving 0 or less, there will be no any current is flowing, because here N plus source and N plus drain, they are making some PN junction with this P type body. So they are means here some potential barrier will be there, and they cannot flow. Electrons from source cannot go to drain, and in this way it is this operation is explained for long channel MOSFETs, which is maybe part of short channel we will discuss later on. So no current, it is assumed that there is no current now, and obviously some leakage current in short channel gates, short channel MOSFETs happens, but in this case no current is flowing, and IDS is cut off. It is called cut off region, which is assumed to be IDS is 0 in this case. But further, if you slightly increase the gate to source voltage, positive bias you are giving at gate. So when gate to source voltage is greater than threshold voltage, then it will operate properly. But when positive voltage you have given, but it is less than threshold voltage, it will still not become on. But after a certain voltage, when you are applying gate to source voltage equal to threshold voltage, then channel will be formed. And if you are giving gate to source voltage more than the threshold voltage, then it will completely region inverted. So inversion region will be strong, and channel will be created properly. And here N plus source and N plus drains are there. So source has some electrons, they can flow from due to application of field. You are applying some field due to giving some bias. You are giving some VGS which is greater than threshold voltage. So it is creating some field. So these electrons may drift from source to drain, and if electrons are drifting from source to drain, then we will assume that current is just current flow is taken opposite to the flow of electrons. So in this way, electrons are flowing from source to drain, and current is flowing from drain to source. So in this way, this operation means working, this transistor becomes on. Further, if you apply some drain to source voltage, that will be in different regions, because linear region requires some drain to source voltage which should be less than VGS minus VT, and this second case saturation region requires VDS should be means drain to source voltage should be greater than VGS minus VT. That will also see. So this channel is formed now, and transistor becomes on, and this starts working. But initially, if drain to source voltage you are keeping less, means drain to source voltage if you are keeping less, like VDS less than VDS less than VT, then it will operate in linear region, which is called means basically the current will be linearly increasing with the drain to source voltage. But drain to source voltage should be small enough, which should be less than VGS minus VT. And second case is possible that in this one, when saturation happens, when VDS is much greater than the VGS minus VT. In this case, VDS was less than VGS minus VT. This is why this operation, when drain voltage is applied, also gate voltage is applied, source is grounded. So this was working in linear region. This transistor was working in linear region. It was only just channel was found, and drain to source voltage was just equal to gate to source voltage. But further, you are in drain to source voltage was less than VGS minus VT. And in the second case, drain to source voltage is much, not much, but at least slightly greater than VGS minus VT. Then pinch off happens. Pinch off happens means previously we are seeing that tapered channel was found here. Tapered channel was formed due to the application of proper biasing here. But if you are increasing drain to source voltage, then what happens means at certain gate to source voltage there is some means channel is stopped before the reaching to drain. Initially it was properly connected. Then as you increase the drain to source voltage, this effect happens, and it is saturated. You are increasing drain to source voltage, but still no current is flowing. So no current means current is flowing, but no increase of the current is happening. There is a constant current which is saturated current is flowing. That we will see in more detail when we will see in IV characteristics. So let us also P-type transistor. If you are P-channel transistor you are thinking, then obviously N-type body will be taken, and P plus source and N plus drain will be created, and gate and similarly the dielectric, and then gate, polysilicon gate, and contact, metal contact for source and metal contact for drain. So this will operate in opposite manner. Here gate to source voltage must be negative, and that already we have seen. So then next is that if both N channel and P channel MOSFET are fabricated on the same body, as here it is shown, P type substrate is taken, and N plus doping and N plus doping for source, and other doping, N plus doping for drain, and there is some silicon dioxide, and top is a gate which is polysilicon gate, and here metal contact for source, here metal contact for drain. And if this device should be isolated from other components on the same substrate, then the silicon dioxide is created here for making it isolated. And you want to create also P channel MOSFET on the same P type body. So N bell should be there, because P type P channel MOSFET is created on the N substrate. So N region should be there. So therefore through implantation and implantation, some N channel should be created here, and this N region should be created, which is acting as a bell, or which is acting as a substrate for this P type MOSFET. And then P plus doping is done here in this N region, and for the source, and P plus region is created for the drain, and silicon dioxide is also created on the top, and on the top polysilicon gate is there, and then metal is there. So it is a drain and it is source, and again to isolate this transistor, some in the side some silicon dioxide is created. So it is only means other components are not shown, only just complementary CMOS structure is shown now. CMOS structure requires N mass as well as P mass on the same body, on the same substrate. So this portion is N mass and second portion is P mass. This we will frequently utilize this logic. CMOS logic will be utilized in designing various circuits in coming units. And the symbols for N mass and N mass symbol and with very means 3 terminal only, then body, and similarly P mass symbols. And here also, sorry, PMOS symbols are given downside, NMOS symbols are on the top side. So various the symbols are given like simple symbol with body and without body showing some arrow, without arrow. Also some if channel is required, then this may be thicker. Some other symbols are also there. So those symbols we have already seen. So basic operation of the MOSFET already means quickly we have completed. So in summary, we can see that this is the structure of MOSFET, and only N channel MOSFET we are showing here, and it is called metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor or MOSFET because it is working on the basis of field effect. Field is applied through gate, and voltage it determines the conductivity of the channel. So whatever field is generated through the application of gate voltage, it is determining the conductivity of the channel, and in this way current is also dependent on that. And the ability of the changing of the conductivity by amount of voltage applied on the gate, and which is used for the amplification or switching of the device. So basically this is the main property that voltage controlled voltage controlled current we are able to find in this transistor. And also more common, previously BJTs were more common, but now MOSFETs are more common for both type of design, either logic design or analog design, both. So digital and analog design both are more interested in MOS technology, MOSFETs, or especially CMOS. And in short, this quick review that enhancement mode and also enhancement mode MOSFET we have seen N channel and P channel. Also depletion mode MOSFET also previously we introduced. In depletion mode already some channel is created by some implantation or some means channel is created during the fabrication. But in enhancement mode MOSFET it is created only by the biasing of the gate. So those things we have seen, and this is the 3D picture of this MOSFET. Previously 2D view already we have discussed too much. Let us see 3D picture of this MOSFET. So 3D picture is shown here. We can see this this is completely body. This is body, this portion, and here N plus some N plus up to smaller depth, some N plus region is created. On the top that, and the metal is there. So metal is acting as a contact for the source, and this one is N plus region which is acting as a drain. This is N plus region which is acting as a source. Here also some metal contact is taken, and in between there is some dielectric silicon dioxide, and there is on the top of the silicon dioxide there is polysilicon, and it is acting as a gate. So contact is taken from this polysilicon, it is acting as a gate, and the channel is formed between N plus and N plus and N plus, means between N plus source and N plus drain, after the gate bias is properly applied. Unless gate bias is properly given, gate voltage is more than threshold voltage per N channel MOSFET, there will be no channel will be present. Initially there will be some depletion region and no flow of the current is possible, but after proper certain biasing it is possible that we can get the current. So the body is also having some contact. Here it is shown, it is called body contact. Substrate is having some contact, it is shown as a body contact. So all these 3D picture we are able to see, and some idea about the length, means normal transistors have how much length and width, and it is variable, though it is variable, and oxide thickness, some idea tentative typical values are given here. And in general we use this type of picture. Instead of making every time 3D picture, we are using this side view. So side view, this portion side view you can just see here. So this is the P type substrate, N plus source, N plus drain, and this is channel region. Here channel region is channel is not formed yet, but here channel will be formed. If you apply proper bias, channel will be formed here. So let us move for this is cross sectional view, which is side view from the front. This side, front side, if you see, so it will look like that. And silicon dioxide layer, then polysilicon layer. So these are the basics, and the reason why it is happens quickly. It is also to be summarized that the operation at zero gate voltage, no current is flowing. That we have already quickly seen, and because of back-to-back diodes are there, because drain to source, this source to this wherever channel should be formed between source and this region, there is a diode, and here also between the drain and this region there is a diode. So unless gate voltage is greater than threshold voltage, there is some barrier. So depletion region is there, which is not possible to overcome by charges are present here in the source. They cannot flow. So this is why initially no current is there when gate to source voltage is less than zero, or even zero bias is given then also. So zero gate voltage or negative gate voltage is giving no current, but and in this case we can see in terms of resistance also, resistance is very high. So there is the path between the drain and source has very high resistance of the order of 10^12. So quickly just whatever we explained, the region why current is not flowing, this can be understood. Now if current is flowing, so channel current can be can flow if you apply some gate to source voltage, positive gate to source voltage. Then this picture is showing that channel is created here. We are able to see that channel is created when gate to source voltage is given properly, and this is a drain is also grounded, source is grounded. Only the gate to source voltage is applied. So in this case, we are able to see that channel is formed and conduction between source and drain is possible. And further, this white portion is showing still there is some depletion after channel is means after channel is complete, means we can see channel has some zone. After that another depletion region is there. So this depletion region is still present because holes are suppressed down, and there are not too much electrons. Electrons are limited, so they will create some portion as a n type. Some portion will be inverted, but other portions are not inverted and they are free of the free charges. So this is depletion region. And depletion region is extended here and from here to here, means all over the drain and source region it is extended, we can see. And this is the positive P substrate. This is body grounded. We generally keep the body grounded, we can see. And further, obviously in this case channel is formed, but to operate it properly also we need to give some bias at drain also. So drain should be biased properly, and why channel is formed, that operation already we have seen. Then drain biasing is done, then how it is happening, that we will also understand, try to understand. So generally gate to source voltage is minus threshold voltage, we also call sometimes overdrive voltage. Whatever gate to source voltage is applied, if you subtract some threshold voltage which is required for creating the channel, then that remaining part is called overdrive voltage. And what happens after this is created, and there are possibility that in linear region, if it is in linear region, then linear region requires that some gate to some drain to source voltage should be applied which is less than the this much VGS minus VT. So if drain to source voltage which is applied which is less than VGS minus VT, then linear region operation happens, that we will see. So applying VDS voltage and linear region operation, here we can see the graph. That graph is linear. If VDS is less than VGS minus VT, then whatever you are getting, that is current is linearly increasing, and this is why it is assumed to be in linear region. And the requirement is what? You are applying some drain to source voltage which is positive, and source is grounded, and VGS is also applied sufficient VGS which is greater than threshold voltage. So what happens? The voltage VDS causes some current ID to flow, and channel is already present, and current is carried by electrons, because electrons will flow from N plus to source to drain, and just opposite to that flow of current is assumed. And NMOS transistor with VGS much greater than the VT, and VGS is small, VDS is small enough, means small up to the level that VGS is, VDS is less than VGS minus VT. So this is the requirement for the linear region, and this type of graph we can achieve. And next, in saturation region, if you are operating, then what is the requirement? The channel is there, but if you are operating, you want to switch to saturation region. So for switching saturation region, VDS must be increased further, and it should increase in such a way that VDS is greater than VGS minus VT. So then it reaches here in saturation region. So initially this graph is showing that there are three regions here. One region is linear, and here some if you are further increasing VDS, the resistance is increasing, so which is bending, some bending of graph it starts. And when VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. When VDS is equal to VGS minus VT, then pinch off of the channel starts. Pinch off means the channel will be not, means initially it was reaching from here to here properly. Now it will be not able to reach here, and further you increase the drain to source voltage, it will be moving towards the channel, will be not reaching here in drain, and it will be stopped here. As you increase, it will be stopping earlier. So channel will be stopping instead of reaching to drain, it will be stopping earlier, and as in VDS will be increased. That is causing some means no increase of current. No increase of current, only the whatever initial current, saturation current you got, that will be possible. And this is saturation operation. So this region in this graph we can see here, this is saturation operation, and this is the triode region, or also we can say triode region. Here this is linear region. So quickly, this is already explained. And P channel MOSFET is just this is the structure which is opposite. And now we will come to the one important parameter of this MOSFET, which is the threshold voltage. So threshold voltage calculation we should understand, and then we will also derive the IV characteristics later on. So when inversion happens, then only means it becomes on. Transistor becomes on if inversion happens. Let me also take the pointer. Pen. So this inversion is the important point, that channel is created after inversion is done. So inversion already we understood now. So if in this situation we can derive the threshold voltage expression, means whatever required voltage is required for creating the channel, that is threshold voltage. So threshold voltage is defined as gate to voltage with respect to the source terminal at which inversion layer is formed underneath the gate oxide. So these are the requirement, physical requirement, but mathematically how we can derive this threshold voltage, that we are going to calculate. So threshold voltage is just we should understand how to derive. To derive this expression threshold voltage, we must identify components which are required to be, means whatever components, voltage components to be added. And these are like a difference between the work function of the gate to channel. Gate is polysilicon and channel is silicon. So what is the work function difference? And then voltage required to create a strong inversion also, and voltage required to offset the depletion layer charges. Also voltage required to offset the fixed charges in the oxide. So oxide charges are also there, in depletion layer charges are also there. So to offset them, what is the requirement? So all the four components must be added, which is here given. So we can see this is the basic terms which we have to calculate one by one. So threshold voltage is phi ms minus 2 phi f minus qb0 by cox minus qox by cox. So where phi ms is work function difference between semiconductor and metal, phi m and s. Phi m is phi s is work function of semiconductor, and phi m is work function of the metal. So work function differences between the metal here polysilicon and semiconductor here the silicon. So what is the difference between work function of silicon and metal? That is the term which is phi ms, and another term phi f is there, which is equilibrium electrostatic potential, or we can say Fermi potential. Also there is some charge, two type of charges, qb0 which is depletion layer charge density per unit area, and it will be calculated. And then QOX is fixed charge density per unit area in the dielectric, and COX which is defined here. COX is epsilon OX by TOX, which is gate oxide capacitance per unit area. So all these terms are clear, and these can be means all the terms can be finded out. First we should start with the depletion layer charge density calculation, and by Poisson's equation we can solve del cross equal to rho by epsilon of silicon. Rho is the charge density, means basically volume charge density. It is volume charge density, and in this case this rho can be calculated with the help of Q is the electronic charge, and acceptor density here. Then epsilon Si is permittivity of the silicon. So if all these substituted, also we can write here the previous term in one dimension. We can write that dE by dx it must be equal to rho by epsilon silicon, and further we adjust here that so d equal to minus QNA by epsilon Si into dx, and in terms of if in one dimension we are calculating, so we can integrate some variable. We can take x is variable, so E will be also a function of x. Ex can be calculated with the help of by integrating this one. We can obtain the value of E. So in terms of x, so Ex is now minus QNA by epsilon Si, and here by after integration means absolutely integrating without means assuming the no any initial constants. So minus QNA by epsilon Si into x, and further the potential phi. Phi we know that electric field is related to potential. Negative gradient of potential is electric field. So Ex can be replaced by minus d phi by dx, and which can be equated with this equation. Further d phi can be taken the one side, dx can be taken this side. Further we can integrate this one, and as integration limits for phi are phi Fermi potential to phi semiconductor, and here this is x is basically x is reaching from 0 to xd. Xd is the thickness of the whole dielectric region. So phi f to phi s we are integrating phi, and dx this x is integrated from 0 to xd. So then further we can get this term that phi s minus phi f equal to QNA xd whole square by 2 epsilon s, and from here we can find out the dielectric thickness. So xd can be we are rearrange the terms. We are able to find out xd equal to 2 epsilon Si, then mod of phi s minus phi f. This is taken as a mod, and by QNA. And further now charges can be depletion layer charge per unit area can be written as we know that the depletion region acceptor type ions are there, and then Q multiplied by acceptor type ions, and then total charge you want to calculate the xd. Xd is the depletion layer region thickness. So completely Q minus Na into xd must be multiplied all together. So this becomes this is the depletion layer region charge. Sorry. Further, though in future too much derivation is not required, but in the beginning we are doing, and also in a strong inversion condition, this phi s must be equal to minus phi f. So strong inversion conditions are there that work function of the silicon must be equal to negative of phi f. So therefore this is substituted here. Then it is simplified in the strong inversion. This is the general equation, but in strong inversion, how much charges of ions means how much charges are present in depletion region due to means immobile charge. These are immobile charges, not the free charges. No free charges, but immobile charges are there. So QB0 minus QNA epsilon Si minus 2 phi f. So by substituting phi s equal to minus phi f, we are able to find out this new expression, which is the new expression is really requiring the condition that strong inversion should be happening. In strong inversion, this new equation is valid. Also, if the bulk potential is not same as that of source. Like uh, the depletion means body is at different potential that we should modify. It is initially we are calculating only for, we are assuming that bulk potential is 0, our body is grounded. But if we want to also see the effect of body voltage, so if it is not at same voltage as source is generally grounded, but body is having also some voltage, then depletion layer is, density must be a function of source to bulk voltage also. So here minus 2 phi f is not only the term, another term VSB, where source to bulk voltage is also coming into picture in this calculation. So this QB is calculated with the help of this equation. This equation is modified basically. Body voltage is also added in this term. Then we can move forward. So from the previous equation, we are able to calculate that VT is equal to phi ms minus 2 phi f minus QB by COX minus QX by COX. So we can see by rearranging one more term, QB by here one more term we are adding minus QB0 by COX. Here QB by COX was there, but we are adding minus QB by COX, and then QX by minus COX. Then QB0 we are added, we have a negative of QB by COX we have taken here. So that QB by COX is also here adjusted here. That this QB is taken in this way. So there is some rearrangement of the terms, that QB by COX minus QOX by COX. Now it is rearranged. This one is substituted here, and from there minus minus QB0 by COX is taken, and the same this one is written here. So in this way there is no any difference, and terms are rearranged. And if terms are rearranged, then what is happening? Then we are able to find out that this term is like all the other terms are like these terms minus phi ms minus 2 phi f minus QB0 by COX minus QX by COX. It is given the name VT0. VT0 means zero bias threshold voltage. Zero bias threshold voltage means that body is having zero bias, body is grounded. In that case, what is the threshold voltage? So this term is denoted as VT0. So this term is denoted as VT0. This term is VT0. This term is denoted as VT0. Which is having meaning. VT0 means it is zero bias threshold voltage, means body is at zero bias, then this was the threshold voltage. But if body is having some bias, then this term, additional term, is also coming into picture. So this is why it is simplified as VT equal to VT0 minus QB0 by COX, and then calculation of QB and QB0 already we have done. So that we are substituting VT0 under root Q and A epsilon psi by COX under root minus 2 phi f plus BSB minus 2 phi mod of 2 phi f. So in this way, the term here, another term under Q and A epsilon psi by COX, this is this is given a new symbol, that is gamma. So this is gamma, this one is gamma, this term is gamma. So this is gamma. So here VT0 plus gamma under minus 2 phi f plus BSB minus 2 phi f mod of 2 phi f. This is the situation. So gamma is already taken. So this is the complete equation for the threshold voltage. If there is some body potential is applied, then also we can calculate, and if body potential is not applied, then simplified equation already. This one simplified equation, when the zero bias is there, body has zero bias, but if body has some bias, then complete threshold voltage equation is given by this one. So gamma also is denoted as substrate bias coefficient or body effect coefficient, and VT0 is threshold voltage without substrate bias. So this is the basic derivation that threshold voltage we can understand. And next we are having some examples that you can go through that. Then long channel IV characteristics model we have to understand. So long channel IV characteristics model, quickly let us try to understand how long channel MOSFET is there, then how IV characteristics can be derived, then cut off or subthreshold region, or linear region, or saturation region, how current varies. So this is the structure 3D view of the this transistor is shown here. We can see. So 3D view is shown here, n plus source, n plus drain, and generally we are assuming here here 3 axes we are taking. This is y axis and this is z axis, and along the width it is x axis, along the channel length y axis, and downside is z axis, and source is grounded. Gate has some voltage, it will be applied in, if it is in on condition, then threshold it is applied some voltage which is positive and more than the threshold voltage, and drain to source voltage also can be applied here in drain. So we can see channel is extending from source to drain, and what okay, this derivation we will do, in next time, because time is over, and we will stop now. Let us take the attendance.
Sir,
Yes.
please go a bit slow, sir. Like you are very fast.
Okay, I was fast today because previously already we have discussed, but means new, well, anyway we will go slow, but many things we are repeated, actually basics, so I have gone fast, but if any new thing comes, then I will be very slow. So, but anyway, what you told, I will try to become slow. uh, okay, 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Already many things previously already we have discussed, therefore today I have done a little bit faster, but anyway in fundamental I should move slow, later on we can become fast. So let me stop sharing and download the 10. Today I was a little fast, yes I understand, but I will go slowly, no issue. Wait 1 minute, downloading. I will upload these slides today, and you can go quickly. All the things are initially very basic. Now with few new things, derivations and other things are coming new. So should I stop now? Stop recording.
Yes,